There's scams everywhere. It's not just in Nigeria or other places. People just want to collect your money. Hello, welcome back to my channel and my couch. This is Couch Conversations with me, and I'm so excited that you're able to join us today, considering how busy your day was. Well, thank you. My name is Ursula. Some people call me Uju as well, but it's my pleasure to welcome you here. If this is your first time, hugs and kisses to you, and if you're returning, hugs and kisses to you as well. So if you watched my previous video, this is like a part 2 of that one, and it's kind of an opposite of that one, but I figure it'd be good to make a video specifically for this, just so that people who are looking for this specific information can easily access it. Now, if you're an international student and you're looking to go to school in Canada and you're looking to stay back when you're done, these are the programs that you should definitely not be applying to, right? So if that is what you're interested in seeing, then this is the right video for you. You should definitely stay back and watch. Before we go any further, please click the subscribe button, just so that you know when new videos drop in and you're not like experiencing FOMO, because no, that's not what we do here. So click the subscribe button, follow me on the social channels on Instagram or Sebastine and Couch Conversations, because that's where the tea is going to be dropped as well. Now let's get into the meat of today's video. If you're an international student, you're looking to land in Canada, you want to start a career here, you want to stay back by the time you're done with your programs, these are the things that you should consider. One, you don't want to apply to programs that are under 6 months. Don't do that. Don't do that, son. Don't. Do programs that are at least eight months to 1 year long, just so that it gives you flexibility with getting a work permit by the time you're done. Okay, because the easiest thing to do, it's super easy once you're done with school here. Say you want to do a cybersecurity course, for instance, at least that is like 8 months to a year, depending on the school that you go to, and you get work permits that are almost a year as well. That way it's a seamless, like literally you don't have to wait too long to get your work permit. It's almost as seamless as possible to getting that work permit by the time you're done with your study. So stay away from doing programs that are under 6 months. Don't do that to yourself. And also ensure that the school is listed under a DLI, because there's scams everywhere. It's not just in Nigeria or other places. People just want to collect your money, so be sure that it's an accredited program and that you're setting yourself up for success. Okay, also tied to that, you want to ask yourself if the school actually gives a postgraduate work permit, because it's not just the rule of thumb that if your course is 8 months to a year or 2 years long, then you automatically just get a work permit. You want to be super sure. This right here, we do all our research and we make sure that we have all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed before we leave our comfort zone. So you want to be sure that your school is the school that you're looking to apply to is listed under the DLI, the Designated Learning Institute. I will put a screenshot just so you can see what I'm referring to. So once you have that sorted out, you rest assured that yes, this is a program that you can go to, you get your certifications when you're done, and you get your postgraduate work permit. So make sure it's a school that actually gives that. All right, that's something that you should write that down on your sticky notes, on your notepad, wherever it is. Make sure that you're looking out for a school that actually gives a PGWP, postgraduate work permit. Okay, another thing that I should add is, if you get a postgraduate work permit that is under the time that you're expecting to get, say you do a 2-year course and then you're given a 1-year work permit, don't worry about it. You can always renew once it expires to get an extension that covers the entire 3 years that you deserve, that you're supposed to get, right? So if you get something that is less than what the school has highlighted that you get as a total for your postgraduate work permit, that's okay. Sometimes that happens. You can always, once it expires, you can always apply for a renewal. That is not a problem. Okay, no fear. Another program you want to stay away from are training or apprenticeship kind of programs, right? I don't know about you, but again, if you're watching this video, you definitely, I want to believe, have intentions of staying back by the time you're done. It ties back to my first 2 points, right? You want to pick programs that set you up for success when it comes to like working here after your program. Programs like those training, short-term training programs, apprenticeship, say you want to learn being a mechanic, you want to learn I don't know, fishery. I'm just giving some random ass examples that's popping in my head, but some of those things, I don't think coming here to learn that is good enough reason, especially if your intention is to stay back and work, right? So stay away from those programs, those apprenticeship. No, don't do that. And I'm not dissing apprenticeship programs, right? They have their place and they're great, but it doesn't particularly fit the core purpose that I believe you have, which is staying back and working by the time you're done, right? Because then it just makes it difficult for you to get a work permit to work and then eventually apply for a permanent residency. Okay. Another point that I want to raise is picking programs that are solely based on your passion or your interest. Now this is it's a tricky one, right? Because I'm a proponent for, yes, chase your passion, but also be strategic about it. Pick programs that also set you up for success in terms of getting a good job and getting a job that will sustain you, that you can build a career out of, right? Say you want to do, what example comes to head? You want to take a course that, say, is event planning, for instance. Great. That's great. Or you want to take a course in teaching languages or something. I'll use the event planning one, right? If you are not sure that where you're going to stay or your province has really sizable jobs that require that skill, like teaching English as a language, for instance, or French, or teaching or doing events, if you're not sure that where you're staying has a demand for that skill, then don't do it. Really, find that balance between taking a course that aligns with what you're passionate about, but also what is in demand in wherever it is that you're staying in, right? You don't want to have to graduate from that 8-month course or 1-year course, spent however amount of money you spent, and then you can't really get a job. That's just unnecessary pressure on yourself. It just, especially if you're an international student, you're coming into a similarly new country, it just doesn't feel good. All right, so find that balance. Avoid taking courses that's solely based on, oh, what I'm passionate about content creation, for instance, or event planning, and then you just want to do just a course of that. No. All right, find that balance between a course that serves your passion but also fits into what the market is saying at that time. And lastly, don't apply for a program if you haven't done your research. Now, research can take different forms for different people. It could be just scouring the internet for all the information that you can get, or asking someone who's on ground to, walk around the school, ask questions, find out what this program is about, what the school is about. In my case, I wasn't able to visit the school before I eventually applied, but I was able to speak to people who were doing the program, who had done the program. And so if you are in that position where you're thinking, I want to do a course in cybersecurity, for instance, right? And it's a passion of yours, and it also aligns with where you're looking to stay in terms of there is a high demand for that skill. Before you register for that program, do a bit more research. If you have the opportunity of speaking to people who've done that, definitely do that. If you're blessed that you can visit on a visitor's visa, for instance, and look at the school and all of that, all well and good, do that as well. But do not apply for a program without doing your research. That's just a recipe for disaster, and I do not want you guys to have such disastrous experiences. No, that's not the goal. Actually, that's the opposite of the goal of this channel, right? So I hope that was helpful to you. That is really all I wanted to share in terms of programs that you definitely shouldn't be applying to as an international student coming especially to Canada. All right, and it could be different cases in different countries, but I can only speak for where I'm at. But I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, or even have other tips, please put that in the comment section below. I'm sure other viewers are really interested in some extra and other tips, because again, I only have just a limited amount of knowledge, but then there are a lot of people who have even more information. So put all the comments, and happy to read all of them, happy to respond, and I will see you in the next one. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us on all our social media channels, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, have a lovely day.